Given this nice cold day in Canada, snow is coming down. The first thing we are always thinking about is not so much the cost of gasoline or diesel necessarily, unless we're talking heating oil. We're talking about propane or natural gas. Now here's a 1,500, 2,000 liter propane tank, used for a slightly larger home, but to fill that isn't just the cost, which is about $1,800, it's actually $250 in carbon taxes. Now for the person filling this up 4 times a year, that's $1,000. How much is your carbon tax paying you? And don't talk about just the cost of heating. How much of a rebate are you getting? Listen, I know something about rebates. As a member of Parliament, I brought the first ones in back in 2000 and 2003 under Paul Martin, when we were making a lot of money with GST on higher prices. That isn't the case right now. There's thousands of dollars that are being siphoned from Canadian families as a result of a carbon tax. It isn't just dinging them every time they go to the gas pumps. It's also when they need to heat their homes or when they need to make ends meet. And these prices cascade throughout the economy. This is a farm-size tank, we call it torpedoes, that is used by farmers to dry their grain to keep their farms somewhat warmer, and these are not covered by any form of rebate or any allowance. So it means the cost of living for Canadians continues to rise. And put it in perspective, look, right now, if I'm looking at propane alone, the cost is 12.38 cents per liter. On April the 1st, it goes up to 14.7 cents a liter. And by the way, if we stick around until 2030, it'll be 26.31 cents a liter. So a doubling of that 250 becomes $500 times 4 or 5 times a year. That's $2,500. Same for marketable natural gas, which many of us, in fact, most of us, the majority of this country use. It's currently, if you can believe it, at 18.11 cents per cubic meter, going to 20.97. All these increases of 10 to 15% every year is bludgeoning the Canadian economy and hurting the ability for Canadians to make ends meet. It is time for it to end because we simply cannot afford it. If there are Liberal candidates out there who want to talk about walking away from carbon taxes but have another idea, I have a better idea. Scrap the system, scrap the carbon taxes, get rid of the second carbon tax, and at the same time, punt net zero. That's the granddaddy of all this, being advocated by international organizations like the World Economic Forum and the United Nations. Let them come visit Canada for a while, try to live here, and try to understand that the reason we have prosperity in this country has a lot to do with the fact we've been able to manage our energy and to use that to our advantage and to ensure that Canadians have a viable, prosperous future ahead. At this stage, we don't. If we continue these carbon taxes, we're going to continue to diminish Canada for the future. Let's fight. Let's make sure we get rid not only the carbon taxes, but net zero as a whole.